Hello, greetings to my friends and family. My name is Nassali Brenda, and this is my sign name. I am Ugandan, and this is my story. Welcome to the show. Hi Brenda, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, so I think we can just dive into the conversation. Who is Brenda? How old are you? And how did you lose your hearing?
Sometimes back when I was about 4 years old, I was hearing very well. Suddenly, I got sick, a serious malaria, and then I lost my hearing. I became deaf, and my parents were so worried and disappointed. How are they going to communicate with me? So they searched for a deaf school. So I went there and started and continued with my education. And I stopped in around primary 4 because my parents had a lot of challenges with school fees. They were poor, I was staying home. And my parents were thinking, how can they branch? Maybe I go for tailoring and I learn a vocational skill. I went there and I finished my certificate. Then I got a job. Then there's this cousin of mine, he came and took me. I worked as a housemaid in her home. I was there like for someone, and things were a bit hard. Then I decided to let go of that job. I went back home and I was jobless. That's all I can say.
Okay. And how did the parents feel when they found out that their daughter had lost her hearing?
When I became deaf, my parents were so disappointed. They were crying. They were asking themselves, how our daughter is not hearing, how are we going to communicate with her? And her father was like, for me, I can't be with that deaf child. And our mother decided actually to separate with our dad. And our mother took responsibility of 3 of us, and she went searching for schools where we can go, for those deaf schools. It was so challenging. Life was hard.
And when did they start learning sign language at such a young age?
From when I started school, I had a lot of challenge. Learning sign language was hard. I couldn't communicate the alphabets. I was learning slowly by slowly. That means this means that. But for me, I know only local gestures. But slowly by slowly, I developed into the culture of sign language. I continued and I developed that, and I learned it very well, and it helped me to study. But before, it was challenging, but I went step by step until I learned it, until I fully learned it, and I can teach it now because I've developed that skill. That is my language.
Okay. So what about at home, in the community? How did it treat them?
Now, you see, now if you're deaf in the family, sometimes it's hard, because I had my siblings, they only know the local signs, they know the local gestures. They couldn't understand what I was signing. But slowly by slowly, I tried to explain to them and teach them. They could understand me eventually. My mother, it was hard for her to learn sign language. At school, they have a program, they train parents with their children, they teach them sign language. They teach them and they develop that skill. So it is easy to connect with the children and they can understand their deaf children. So my mother learned sign language.
Okay, that is good.
It's good.
And how about at school? Was it easy to relate with the teachers and the students?
I remember at school we were deaf, we used to sing, and even at church we can sing, people sing, we don't understand. There is a reverend who used to teach us sign language and to sing in sign language. Then we get that interest and we also learn and we enjoyed how to sing and we understand. Yeah.
All right. And what about, because I have heard about stories of people like her who have gone through a lot of challenges because they are women, and the fact that they cannot hear, they have been taken advantage of. Is there any experience of that kind that she has gone through as a woman or a girl?
Even if I was there, then my mother, when separated with my dad, my aunt took responsibility and she was taking very good care of me. I was enjoying life with her and I was going to school. One day I fell sick. They brought me back to my auntie's place. The neighbor there, I'll see my aunt wasn't around. I tried to ask a friend, the neighbor of my aunt. I was sick, they helped me. I wasn't aware where my aunt was. I didn't know what was happening with her. I didn't know. Because from here, they brought me from school, they told me eventually that my aunt has passed on. I cried so hard because I loved her so much. I was so worried and cried. Remember when she died, I was going to take care of me, who was going to fight for me as my aunt was, because she had also some children that were also given to other people to take care, but they were seriously affected because children, they love good care, and auntie was taking good care of them. So they could grow hair and they shave it with leather braid, they could move barefooted. Life changed when aunt passed on. So it was so hard. And the children were there sad, and other people were there enjoying, but for them they were suffering. I had to call my another auntie. They tried to call and took them. They stayed with her.
So sorry about what happened to you, and we hope this story is able to inspire a lot of young women, especially those living with disability, because we hope it helps them come out of their shells like you have, to share their stories and also inspire other people. And I know she is married and her children can speak, they can hear. How does that make her feel as a mother?
Okay, now me as a mother, when the first time for me I went to church, I was alone. I can see we could meet and communicate, and later my sweet auntie's parents were not even know about us. Like, who's this girl? Are they in a relationship? Oh, They didn't know it was private to her. Now, she challenged the parents. Remember, our parents had different responsibilities and they were worried. And they are also separated. They went in different ways. Then for me, I was all alone. And I was thinking, I'm deaf. Where can I go? Better I stay with my mother, but my mother also I can't stay with her because we got married to another man. Then I decided to also get married to this friend of mine, but my parents were not even aware that then later we gave birth to our firstborn with my sweetheart.
Okay. Congratulations again. Congratulations again. We were able to witness your wedding. It was beautiful. It was colorful. You made such a beautiful bride. How did you feel in that moment, getting married to the love of your life?
Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
How did she feel on that day of the wedding, that it's finally happening?
For me, before, before our introduction, my parents were like, okay, they couldn't believe that this is going to happen because our introduction was very big and many people were surprised and they were happy, very happy, and said, wow, what a beautiful bride. She's so beautiful. Everyone was admiring me. It was so great. She's so beautiful. Then after I get married to my pattern, and now we are parents.
And
yeah, we are good parents and enjoying the parenthood now.
All right. So is her sweetheart also living with disability, and which kind of disability is that?
My sweetheart is deaf, but he doesn't speak because he doesn't hear. We got married, we were communicating when we were dating through text. We would communicate.
All right. So you, for how long did that go on? For how long did that go on?
That was in 2019. We started communicating and chatting up to now. It's true, my sweetheart loves me so much. He loves me so much. Wow.
We also love him so much. We also love him so much. We also love him. Yes, so when she found out that all her children, 3 of her children, can speak and they can hear, how did that make her feel? Was she always worried that she would, they would also, they wouldn't speak when she gave birth to them? How did it make her feel after she gave birth to them?
Wow. During my firstborn, I prayed to God before giving birth. Lord, help me. Yes, when I give birth, let my children be hearing. So I prayed it for God. because I remember the effect which I went through, the challenges which my parents went through communicating with me. Remember at home, I was there seated around. I couldn't communicate easily with other people. Then also I was worried. I was worried about my in-laws when we give birth to a deaf child. Other people could speak well, so it's easy to communicate to blend in with other people. If you can speak, it is easy. And then it is easy to add on sign language. You can learn it slowly. I can teach my children sign language, and now my firstborn knows sign language, and he can, because we've been teaching him, and he knows, and he can communicate with us very well. He speaks and also does the interpretation very well. He's teaching the secondborn slowly by slowly. He's teaching his brothers. All of them, they are hearing. All our three children are hearing. They are not deaf, and we are so proud of that.
Congratulations once again. Yes, and could you tell us how old they are, the age gap?
My firstborn is 4 years now, and the secondborn is 2 years and a half. And now we have a baby. She's 6 months old. We have 3 boys. We are missing a girl. We are praying to God to bless us with maybe one girl.
Amen. We are praying for you as well to have that girl. And we would also like to know, how is parenthood? How has her perspective about parenthood changed? Because now she's in a happy place. She's married to the love of her life. How is she connected to her children, even without speaking to them? How do they bond?
Okay, now my family, together with our children, we are so proud of them, and they are so proud of us, because we love them so much, and they enjoy communicating with us in sign language, and they enjoy learning new things through sign language, and they really admire their parents and also admire them, because some people, they think they can't communicate, but some people were worried, how do they communicate with those little kids? These the parents, how can they communicate with them? But they are surprised when they see all they are hearing, and they can communicate with them well. They are not deaf. For them, they are hearing. And people are surprised. Oh, so those children go to school? Yeah, they go to hearing schools. Yeah.
That's very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. It's amazing.
It is.
How prepared
Thank
is
you.
she? Thank you. How prepared is she? Because I know at some point these children will need to face school, and their fellow friends or classmates would ask them, why? What happened to your mom? What happened to your dad? Is she prepared for that moment? How is she also going to be able to teach these children about what disability is and how to treat people living with disability?
Yes, now one of our firstborn is schooling actually, and already their friends are surprised. They see that your parents are there, but you can communicate with them. Okay, he knows even how to write very well, can write, they can communicate with him. I think slowly by slowly as you grow up, other people will learn to respect deaf people, because many of them are surprised that your parents are deaf. They are deaf, they born you, you are hearing. God is great. You see, some people they think if two people, deaf people marry each other, they can't give birth to a hearing child, but it's different. Yeah.
And then how about the community? When they did their wedding and they did their introduction, how did the community perceive it? Were they supportive, or did they put them down? Because I know, community can have so many different things going on. And how did they welcome them? Where they live, their friends, at church, everyone, how did they receive it? Finding out that they are married.
Now, before our introduction, I remember that some challenge. Our parents were poor, and my husband's family was supportive, and they would care about us. And they were happy. They are more happy for our functions, the introduction. Their answer was okay. Prepared, we went there and visited my in-laws, we exchanged, the parents exchanged, and after, I remember our parents had a lot of challenges. Then for the introduction, they were happy. For the wedding, we had some challenges. Some people, we worked really hard to raise and support for our wedding. It was a responsibility of a man. And remember, for us, our family had some challenges. It was a responsibility of two of us to push our functions, and the parents did what they did. And my in-laws family loved us very well, even if my family wasn't so well off. And when we got married, our parents were there, and we prayed to God to deliver well, and we continue our life in peace and harmony. Many people were there. They supported us and cheered us. Yeah.
So how about with going back to the children? How do you discipline your children, and how have you been able to teach them words to talk? The fact that you yourself cannot speak, how have you been able to help them learn English, maybe Uganda or any other language? Yes, as a young parent, how do they handle that when it comes to their children?
Now, me, I always teaching my children how to write and speak. Some words it's hard, but remember for me, I'm deaf. I can't hear. No, I can't hear. I can't speak. And communicating to my children, there was some challenge. Now, slowly by slowly, I could teach them slowly by slowly, I went on teach them. Like around 2 years of age, I changed the language and I taught them simple sign language. Slowly by slowly, I was teaching them little by little. Sometimes it is hard, but you endure and you continue teaching them slowly. Later they have grasped the language.
That is very, very interesting. So how do you want the world to treat your children? The world is very brutal and sometimes it's loving. And I know you are afraid of your children going through what you experienced, especially as a family, especially as parents. You don't want your child to go through what the challenges you experienced. What is your biggest prayer to God for your children?
Now my children there, I always pray that life be good to them. I try very much to install strong discipline in them. You remember my aunt, and aunt always I took them to their aunt and always advise them, now you see your parents can't hear, they are deaf, but you must be well behaved. No, you have to behave in the right manner. Then they say, we are sorry, forgive us, we won't repeat those bad manners. There is their aunt who always advise and guide them, because you see sometimes it's hard for us, the parents, but we always do our best to discipline them and see that they understand and remember they are children. You can't just go and command them and be so tough on them. We always call someone to speak to them and we discipline them in a right manner.
So Brenda, we would like to also know, what was the hardest thing about finding out that you are deaf and living in this new, adjusting to this new normal? What was the hardest thing?
You see, after discovering that I was deaf, it was hard. Before, remember, I was hearing very well, I could interact, I could enjoy playing with, but life was hard. Now, even after growing up, it is hard to get a job because deaf people are so hopeless. And even getting what to eat, where to sleep, life is quite hard. But remember, I encourage deaf people, you stay encouraged, don't keep yourself behind. Life is hard, but we have to keep moving on. We will maneuver and get opportunity. We understand in the community where we're living in, disabled people are so hopeless, and people and men have decided to give up because there is limited opportunity for them. There is a lot of rich people around. I encourage deaf people to develop themselves. Right. That's all.
So what do you do for a living?
Now, as I've told you, there is a lot of challenge for us finding work. So for me, I decided to devote myself to my family. I'm a housewife. I care about my children and tired of those stresses and worries, I started to focus on my family and to see what God brings in the future. But all my dedication is on my family now.
Okay.
No worries for me. I don't want stress. Searching for jobs. My life is good. I'll keep moving on. You never know what God brings for us.
So, just talking about her being a housewife and a proud housewife, what is the best thing about it? What is the best thing about living with your children every day?
You see, for me, with my children and family, marriage, we are happy, we are doing well, taking good care of them ever since they were young. I feed them, I take care of them, and helping them. That is my joy, because life is good, but sometimes it can be hard. It can be hard, but we are thankful.
I've witnessed a lot of young, especially the young women, they badly want to get married and to settle. What does she have to say about that? Because sometimes they get too desperate and they want someone, especially a guy who can hear and talk. What advice does she have for them? Because she is now married to the sweetheart of her life. What advice could she give to these young women?
Now, you see, when I got married, and many people were surprised and saying, "Hey, you are deaf and you are married?" People were asking a lot of questions. You get married, how did you make it? Hey, you're deaf? You married? How? That is good. Anyway, there were a lot of questions, but it's only God who can bless you with a good man. And it's for us, we can't tell this is a good man or is a good husband or is a bad man, is a bad husband. We can't tell. There are some deaf people, they even prefer to marry hearing people, but they will fear, how am I going to communicate with him now? What if he calls, I can't hear? What if he enjoys on the phone with other women? How will I know? For me, I don't know. They know only chatting. There is a big problem. Deaf people want to marry deaf people, so that they can develop together and live happily. Maybe they can marry to any other hearing person, but it is God who decides. I can't force them to choose any love of their life, but it is up to any deaf person to choose whoever he wishes to marry. There are many people there yearning to marry. There are many deaf people they are saying, for me, I can't marry hearing people. But they can look at some people and they admire, they get attracted to them. And they feel like the love burning inside for them to marry deaf people. But it's only God who decides. I'm praying for those young deaf people who haven't married. My advice to them is to behave well and stay smart and continue taking good care of your life. And if you can even add education, you can add it. Then when opportunity comes, it finds you when you're set. Yeah,
that is very insightful. We also we've noticed, I personally have noticed that very many persons with disabilities, I will not break down, but very many persons with disability they kind of coil and don't want to come out and present themselves to show what they can do. They have so much talent. I've seen what your husband can do. I've seen what you can do. They have so much talent, but they don't want to put themselves out there. They don't want to share their experiences. What advice would you give to such people, and how can they be helped to come out of that hiding?
Now for me, I'm deaf, and I'm very ready to show and to share my experience. Like some parents, they're like, hey, you are deaf, how can you manage? I can see you can model, you enjoy music, you're designing so well, you look so smart, I have talent. You can have a job and you can work, because many people have their inborn talent. For me, I hope the future can be very bright if you decide to use that inborn talent within you, and you showcase it out to the society. It can help you to flourish. Yeah. People they can see. You have that talent and that experience. How they admire, but sometimes it's God's wisdom. Some talent is natural born. Like for me, being smart and model, it is naturally part of me. Some people they ask a lot of questions. Some they think differently about talent, but for me, what I know, it is a wisdom that God blesses us with different wisdom. It is God given.
Yes. I have seen her pics and they are top notch. She should think about taking modeling to the next level internationally. Yes, you model so well. You pose, for pics, and they always do it with the husband. Has the husband been very supportive in things that she likes to do?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So has the husband been supportive in her dreams, everything that she has tried to do? How is it? Does he limit her, or is he always supportive?
Now you see me, I already have my natural talent and skills. Then my sweetheart also sees the way I care, the way I dress, the way I design, the way I change my attires. She just loves it. People always admire me, the way I put on and the way I present myself, the way I design my hair. It's just good. Also myself, I feel it. I'm beautiful. I feel it and I can see it. I can dress up and I feel smart. And if you want somebody to get attracted, you have to position yourself. Be smart, be creative. Yes.
In other words, okwetega.
People always are watching and they will admire, how can she make it? Some people, they think I'm very rich. They look at
but she is.
at people, you have money, they think I have a lot of money. The way you design, you're very rich, you lady. But it's good to address us.
Yeah, that is very, very important as well. And I've seen the pics, I'm a witness. You dress so well, you present yourself so well, you're always happy, a jolly person, always encouraging other people. How do you deal with those critics or people who are always there to put you down because you're always happy? It's very hard to find her sad. Very, very hard. So how does she deal with that bad people? Yeah, bad energy.
People. Some people, they criticize, but for me, I always respectful, and I respect everyone's opinion. So if someone, if someone want to do what, to get married, or if someone hates me, it's up to them. Because for me, I have no problem with anyone. Because for me, I've learned to respect people, and I respect my marriage. That's all I do. Any other people's business doesn't.
It's none of
None
her
of
business.
my business. For me, I'm
That is a
happy.
very good
I'm
point.
always happy. I enjoy my life more. I enjoy my friends and family more, because I'm already beautiful, having a very beautiful family. Now I pay less attention to the critics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very, very, such a wonderful story. Thank you so much for availing time and being able to inspire other people. That is what we love on the show. And next time, probably we will also have your husband, your sweetheart, here, if of course he allows. And just my final question, what would you want your kids to be in the future? What message do you also have for your kids? Because they will grow up and they will watch this, and I want them to feel proud of, you know, proud of their parents, proud of their mother. What message do you have for them?
I want them to grow up and see that even their parents, they can. Because right now they are children. I see them, they are proud of us, but I want them, when they grow up, they could see and be happy and be proud of who they are. Because I know that time will come. Now they are children, but maybe when they grow up, I want them to be respectful and to treat people in the right way. Yeah.
That is great.
It's
Thank you
the
so
same.
much. Yes. Was she saying anything else? Any final words that you would like to our viewers to know? Any words of encouragement, any final words as we wind up?
Now you see there are people, they also can, they can get married, even other people with disability. They have arts and they have love. They can communicate. Remember, even if somebody is deaf, if they also admire. They can look at someone and admire. If someone stops you and wants to communicate with you, don't get mad. You be flexible, be soft. You can feel your heart being softened by that person's communication. So eventually you can connect and bond, you see. It is through communication. Same, you see, some deaf people, they are hard. And hearing people are hard. You see, both people are hard. But the people, they can. Remember, you have skills, you have work, some have jobs. Never despise anything. I encourage all the deaf people out there. I encourage you, deaf people, you can reach the level of hearing people. Don't keep yourself behind. We are the same as the hearing people. Believe in yourself. If your heart is ready for marriage, kindly I beg you to embrace it when the right time comes.
Amen.
Same, my friend Evana, I'm waiting for you.
Thank you.
I pray that God blesses you. I give you the what?
And I want a rich husband.
I want.
Good husband.
May God bless you with that husband.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brenda, for really being here. It's a pleasure. It's a great, great pleasure. And thank you so much to our sign language interpreter, Ivan Chisache, for making this conversation flow. It has been quite an interesting conversation. And of course, to my crew, my lovely crew that puts everything together, I cannot forget to thank you all. And to the wonderful subscribers, please, thank you so much. Our followers, thank you so much. This has been the show with Brenda. And yeah, I think we have picked one or two things from her story. We are not different. We are the same. She is such an amazing lady. She is very, her family is very warm. When you meet them, you will definitely be inspired. And yes, we take all the blessings of the marriage. But we need the rich men. There's a lot of sunshine and poverty. So we need the rich men. But thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tap on that notification bell. Please don't forget it. And until next time, bye-bye. Ciao.